Tech is changing. Let's be real. Tech is no longer what it used to be. And what I mean is this. Before, when you had a tech job, it meant you were safe. It meant your income would be stable as long as you work your butt off, as long as you try to make a big impact. But unfortunately, these days are gone. Gone are the days when you could work hard and enjoy life. Gone are the days when it's all about just work-life balance. To be honest, that's the kind of stuff that you fight for. But now it's all about really working your butt off and hoping they don't lay you off. Now, life is also, when you work in tech, is about living way below your means because your job out of nowhere could potentially lay you off. And when I say potentially, it is more than likely it will happen. Because let's be frank, it feels like tech has gotten to the point in life where it's more realistic for you to actually lose your job and get laid off within the first year or 2 years than to actually stay at a company for 3 to 5 years. That used to be the norm, not anymore. Now, there are two different ways you can look at this though. You can look at this as in, maybe I should stop working in tech and move into the medical field. Maybe I should stop learning how to code. Maybe I should just give up in life, right? Or the second way you can look at this is, maybe with new changes to the tech space comes new opportunities. This shift in tech honestly has pushed me to explore new avenues and really try to take control of my own future. Because I've learned that after being laid off over a year ago, that I no longer want to allow myself to depend on an employer to feed my family and feed myself. I need to make sure I have additional side income. And so to give you a better understanding of how much my situation has shifted since being laid off a year ago, since implementing this change in my life, in June of this year, it's October 21 right now as I'm filming this. June of this year, dudes, I was down to my last, I think $100 in the bank. And when I came down to my last $1,000 and my brand deals on my main YouTube channel started dying, I realized, okay, I need to now really start doing whatever I can to make that extra side income. And I started my freelance web development company. So since starting my side hustles, let me share with you what I am about to accomplish and what I will fortunately be able to accomplish within the next 3 years. Number one, I bought my first Model 3 Tesla last year. I bought it used though. I bought it used last year to this day, and I'll pay it off in cash next month. And a year ago, Tesla Model 3s were much more expensive than they are now. Crazy, right? And next. At my current rate of income from my side hustles, including my full-time job right now too, I will be able to pay off a $600,000 mortgage. I want to buy a $600,000 house within the next couple months, right? But I'll be able to pay off that mortgage before I turn 40 years old. To be honest, 39, but I want to go a little slowly on that part, so 40. And by the way, I turn 37 years old next month. It's so crazy because like now I'm in a position where I can actually potentially retire when I become 45 years old, but to be able to have that freedom and saying I can retire before I even hit 50. When most folks retire in their 60s, if not later, I feel like I'm in such a fortunate position. But again, why am I in this position? Why am I actually able to do this? It's because I have built extra side income. I no longer depend on one source of income. I don't depend on just one job. And so what are these different sources of income? And I think these are things that anyone can do. It's a lot of work and it takes time to build. But let's say you start now and 10 years from now, you really have some system going, you can make a lot of money. Let me just go through my different sources of income to show you how much I'm making and how I'm making. So number one, I have YouTube. Right, from YouTube, I make money from AdSense, barely money from AdSense, and brand deals. And to give you a better picture of what I actually make from YouTube, just my main YouTube channel, okay, and podcasts. This month and last month combined, I'll make around $10,000 between AdSense and brand deals. And that's crazy. I mean, I remember just dreaming of being able to make $10,000 a month when I was a junior developer 8 years ago. And now, just from one source of income, I now am able to do that. Crazy. Now, another source of income that I think a lot of folks should do, and I do, because I create content, one thing I do a lot is affiliates. So I do two types of affiliates. Number one is Amazon affiliates. It pays pretty well, actually. It's kind of surprising. And then I also do affiliates with like tutorials. So when people sign up for like Zero to Mastery, combined, I mean, I don't make much from these, but that's $500 per month. Yo, that pays my electric bill. That pays my gas, my water bill combined, just from affiliates, right? Again, including just YouTube that pays all my bills, right? That's insane. Just from those two sources of income. And of course, again, I have more sources of income, and I'm gonna go through the bigger ones in just a second. Another source of income that I actually have is I make templates, right? So I do freelancing. Freelancing, I actually use tools to help me build websites, and one way I do that is through templates of Wix Studio. This is actually kind of crazy, significantly boosted my income in creating and selling website templates, because like I remember when I was laid off, I realized, okay, I know I can code, but it's not just about how well you can code, but how can you actually leverage your web development skills in new ways. And so what I did is I heard about the Wix Studio program and actually started to design templates and sell them on platforms like Wix Studio's marketplace. And it's actually turned out to be a great source of passive income for me, because once I've created a template one time and I uploaded a template, it can be purchased multiple times without any additional work on my part. And over the past few months, I've actually been making around like $2,000 per month from template sales. I think it's crazy because I remember I needed to work 200 hours a week to make $2,000 per month. And now like I'm able to make that $2,000 per month passively by uploading a template one time. On top of that, it also allows me to share my designs with wider audiences. I do have a designer that designs for me and I build on top of that, but it's kind of cool to see other folks actually use the templates I make, right? So like what I'm trying to say is like, dudes, there's so many different ways that you can make money building things. You can make money not just from YouTube, not just from affiliates. There's so many different platforms that exist out there, but it takes a lot of work. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't willing to do that. Now, the bigger part, my other income, of course, my main source of income is my full-time job, right? So I know I shared this on my podcast, but I'll share it again here. So my full-time job right now, including bonuses and base salary, I make $220,000 a year. Okay, so just putting it together, $220,000 a year, not even including my brand deals and affiliates and templates. I'm already surpassing 300K per month. That's not including the other side income I'm about to share with y'all. So that alone is already life-changing money. And so I'm very fortunate to be in a position, but it's crazy because when I think about this, just a couple months ago, early June, I almost ran out of money. I got to a point where I wouldn't be able to pay rent the following month. Crazy. So in June, I got the job, and then I started all these other side hustles, which I've been building over the years, and I started my freelance web development company. And doing my freelance web development company, starting that, and that includes not just building websites and coding for clients, it also includes like some DevRel work as well, which actually pays surprisingly well. But with my freelance, I make $300,000 a year, $25,000 per month for now. And again, this is not even including my YouTube brand deals, okay? As of next year, I'm hitting a point where I can actually hit 600 plus, maybe $700,000, almost $1 million, it feels like, in 2025. It's crazy to even say these words out loud. It's a lot of work, but unfortunately, this is what had to be done to be able to survive working in this tech space where I depended on a full-time job for the longest time. But I think even more importantly, being in this situation has actually also empowered me in so much more ways to take control of my financial future, my family's future. Maybe I worked this hard and I tried to build these businesses because of my anxiety. Maybe it's because I'm just so worried about the future. I don't really trust myself that much to perform well enough at the full-time job, which is why I started all these different incomes. But seeing the reality of tech, rather than being afraid of this change in tech, I instead chose to seek new opportunities. And I'm so fortunate that I've been able to find not only financial success, but also peace of mind because, I don't have anxiety anymore. I don't worry about getting laid off anymore. Like, if I ever had to get in a situation where I join a one-on-one meeting with a manager and say, Chris, we have to let you go. I'm like, oh no, that sucks. Okay, that's fine. You have to let me go. What does my severance look like? Like, I'll be so excited to receive that $30,000, $40,000 severance package and then use that to go take my wife on a first class or business class seats flight to Korea and just enjoy a whole month in Korea for fun, right? That's the situation I'm in now, and my anxiety is gone, like none. I don't worry about anything anymore because of this, right? So anyway, these are the different ways and different things that I've done to make extra income as a freelance web developer and just extra income in general. These are things I'm doing now. And let me know if you want more videos like this. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know as well. Anyway, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.